kill him, then I wanted to kill him, for doing such a stupid, selfish act like that. So yes, I know what you're talking about.
And what about bicyclists? I hate when I'm driving down the street and there's a bloody bicyclist like taking up the whole lane.
Mm.
I'm stuck behind a bloody bicyclist, but I don't like driving around and having to not run into bicyclists. Bicyclists on, streets that God created for drivers, they bug me.
I share the sentiment as a former bicyclist myself. I was never one of these sort of I said Gunner's gonna freak out. Shit. One of these guys that's always just righteous about it. They're so selfish, they're self-righteous about their riding a bike, and me being this disgusting car driver, they're just so smug and condescending. And eventually one of them gets taken out, and then come to find out he was doing something stupid traffic wise. They don't take responsibility, they don't connect the two. And then they put up these do you know what these ghost bikes is? This down in LA? They take a bike, paint it white, completely white, and then they sort of they lock it to a tree or a pole, and then they put a sign on it, so and so was killed here on a bike. Right? Do they have that in LA? Or is that purely
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so there's all these memorials of bicyclists and where they've been killed, and it's all meant to sort of shame drivers. But there's no sort of bicyclist education, or there's no self-policing in the bicyclist community, cycling community. So yeah, I'm with you, bro. I hate bicyclists. I even made a post about these scooters, these electric scooters, and they pass you on the right, because they can. You're in slow traffic, and then they'll pass you on the right, but you're not accustomed to looking to your right-hand side before you make a right-hand turn. You just assume nobody's coming up on you on the right? Cars don't pass on the right, they pass on the left. So you're not accustomed to looking for anybody passing on the right, and you could easily cut them off, And that happened to me. I almost took a guy out, and I felt like chasing him and then really taking him out. It's a roller coaster of emotions.
And then what happens when you're dating and you're having regular delicious sex with very attractive Jewish woman, but she likes to ride her bike on Santa Monica Boulevard, and she likes to go on vacations to Mexico, and so she goes on a vacation in Mexico. I'm worried she's going to get kidnapped and raped by some drug cartel, and then she likes to ride her bike on Santa Monica Boulevard. And I'm concerned that my precious, just this little cute, just adorable, smart. I never had to explain myself to this woman. Did I mention we used to have regular fantastic sex? She was down for sex. Succulent sex, nasty sex, loving sex, every type of sex you could imagine, like no holds barred sex. All right. And yet this beautiful, lithesome creature likes to ride her bike on Santa Monica Boulevard. At any time she could get plowed, by some, illegal immigrant without insurance, in a pickup truck that doesn't have proper brakes. And that's not easy, bro.
Well, Luke, at least she's not racist.
Well, no, I mean plowed as in run over by a truck, not plowed as in her furrow getting plowed.
Oh, sorry, bro, I got confused. The stories all bleed together. So yeah, I don't know how you should feel. Yeah, you should feel anxiety. Your
my precious,
your precious supply could be
my precious.
In a wheelchair. And that's the last thing LA needs is another person in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and what if she was in a wheelchair and her jaw was wired shut?
What good is she then?
And and both her hands are in casts. All right, so she's in a wheelchair. Her jaw is wired shut. Both of her hands are in casts, and so are her feet. My precious, my precious is just been the woman that I loved has been. She's not the woman I loved anymore. She's a different creature. Like everything that she's good at is now being removed from her capable hands.
But more importantly, taken from you.
Taken from me. What about
Nice.
my feelings? What about what I enjoy?
Yeah. Bro, I gotta say, there's a certain theme in your conversation tonight. Is this spring? Is this spring stirring in your breast, bro?
You mean the theme about vulnerability and how we're all vulnerable?